lovely students, welcome to the channel. In this video we will see some important questions of the chapter squares and square roots. In my previous video I've already explained you the complete concept with all the properties of this chapter. Go check it out. Once you have watched my previous video, I request you to do all these questions and I'm very sure you will be able to do all of them. Now let's get started. The first one is the number 505050 is obviously not a perfect square. Give reasons. Yes, this is not a perfect square. Why? As there was a property that for a number to be a perfect square, it should have even number of zeros. Since we have odd number of zeros, it is not a perfect square, therefore not a perfect square. So this is due to one of the property. Now next one, find the square of 93. Now here I am going to tell you two methods to find the square. First is 93 can be written as 90 plus 3 whole square. Now we can assume this to be A and this to be B. Now this is in the form of A plus B whole square, which is A square plus B square plus 2 into A into B. So 90 square is 8100 plus 3 square is 9 plus 3 into 2 is 6. 6 into 90 is 540. So finally we get 8649. So this is normal method. The other method that I want to tell you is the shortcut method. So when in an exam, if you need not show the working, you can use this method for quick calculation. So see 93 square. Sorry, this is 93 square. Alright, 93 square. So first is 9 square. First number 9 square is 81 and second number 3 square is 09. Okay. After this, what I'll do is I will find the product. 9 into 3 into 2, 9 into 3 into 2, 9 into 3, 27 into 2 is 54. Now you need to make sure that when you write this number, you always leave the ones place. So 54, you will leave this place. Once you're done with this, just add them up. 9, 4, 6, 8. Here we end up having the same answer. This is the shortcut method. Write the individual squares and then multiply all the numbers. Just when you write this second number, you need to leave this ones place. Next one. Next question. Write the Pythagorean triplet whose one member is 16. Now Pythagorean triplet, you need to get those three triplet. What was the three triplet? 2m, m square minus 1 and m square plus 1. These are the three number which forms the triplet. Now here it is given one member is 16. I can assume this to be 16, which means 2m equal to 16, m equal to 16 by 2, m equal to 8. Now once I have m equal to 8, I can find the remaining two members by substituting. So 8 square minus 1, 8 square is 64 minus 1 is 63 and 60 again 8 square, m is 8. 8 square plus 1 is 64 plus 1, which is 65. Now this is first member, second member and one member is already given as 16. So what are your triplets? 16, 63 and 65. Now moving on, find the square roots of 100 and 169 by the method of repeated subtraction. Repeated subtraction means you need to continuously subtract by the odd numbers. Now let us start for 100. Now 100 minus first odd number is 1, which is equal to 99. Now this number 99 minus the second odd number, which is 3, which will give you 96. Now 96 minus 5 will give you 91. 91 minus 7 will give you 84. 84 minus 9, after 7 it is 9, will give you 75. 75 minus 11 will give you 64. 64 minus 13 will give you 51. So you will continue till you get 0 at the end. Now 51 minus 15 will give you 36. 36 minus 17 will give you 19. And 19 minus next odd number is 19 will give you 0. So you will continue this repeated subtraction till you get 0. Now to find the square root, you will count how many steps did it get you to get 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 steps. So the square root of 100 is basically 10. So your final answer will be the number of steps. Now similarly you will do it for 169. That's your homework. It's the same thing. You will just keep on subtracting by the odd numbers. It will be mini steps. So I'm just skipping this and moving on. Find the smallest whole number by which 1458 should be multiplied so as to get a perfect square number, which means this is not a perfect square. We will first find the prime factors using prime factorization method. 2 7s are 14, 2 2s are 4 and 2 9s are 18. Now this comes in 3 table. 3 2s are 6, 3 4s are 243. Now this comes in again 3 table. 3 81s are, now again 3 27s are, yes, 3 9s are, 3 3s are and 3 1s are. Now to find prime factors, firstly let us write all the factors. How many 3s? 1 2 3 4 5 6. 6 3s. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Once you have all the prime factors, we will make them into pairs. This is one pair, this is one pair, this is one pair. Now 2 is left alone, which is clearly shown that it is not a perfect square. Now you need to find the smallest whole number should be multiplied to get the perfect square. Now 2 doesn't have its pair. So if I multiply this whole with 2, 2 will have its pair and it will end up becoming a perfect square. So therefore 2 should be multiplied. 2 should be multiplied, right? Now what is the next part? Also find the square root of the square number obtained. Now once I multiply 2, what do I get? 2 into 2 and you have 3 pairs of 3, right? So once we make them into pairs, from each pair we will pick one number. 2 into 3 into 3 into 3. Now 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27 into 2 54 is the square root of that square number. I hope this is clear. This model is important. Since 2 was left over, we will multiply it by 2 for it to be a perfect square, and then you will just find the square root. Moving on. 2025 plants are to be planted in a garden in such a way that each row contains as many plants as the number of rows. Find the number of rows and number of plants here. Now if I need to find them, right? So if I take number of rows to be x and number of plants in each row, that is also same. See here it is given, it is planted in a garden in such a way that each row contains as many plants as the number of rows. That means number of plants in each row is same as the number of rows. So now, so 2025 are the total plants. So how do I get the total plant? Number of rows into number of plants in each rows is equal to 2025. So basically here we just need to find the square root of 2025, which we can do it by prime factors. 5 405s are, 581s are, now 3 27, 3 9s are, 3 3s are, 3 1s are. So what do I get? 5 into 5 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. From each pair you will select one number. 5 into 3 into 3, which is basically 5 into 3, 15 into 3 is 45. So number of plants in each row is 45. Next one. Find the smallest square number that is divisible by each of the numbers 4, 9 and 10. Now you need to find the smallest square number that is divisible by each. Divisible by each means you are going to just find the lowest common multiple, LCM. So 4, 9, 10. Let's start with 2. 2 2s are 4 and 2 5s are 10. Now 2 again. 5. I can take 3. And then again 3. So what do I get? 2 into 2 into 5 into 3 into 3. To 2 is 4. 4 5 is 20. 20 into 3 60. 60 into 3 is 900. Sorry, 900 is your answer. Alright, next one. Find the square root of 31.36. Now 31.36, here we can use the long division method. So you have two methods to find the square root. One is the prime factorization, which we just did in the previous, and the other is the long division method. Now let's do long division method. So in long division method, you will make them into pairs. This is one and this is one pair. So here you need to write, here and here you will write the same number, which when multiplied gives you 31 or lesser. So we can start with 5 because 6 into 6 is 36, which is greater than 31. So 5 into 5 is 25 and you get 6. Now after this you have a decimal, so you will place a decimal here as well and then get this at the bottom. Every time you will get the pairs together. Now here you will write the double of 5, that means 5 into 2, 10. Now here and here you will write a number which is same. So here if I see this is 6 at the end. So maybe I can see 106 into 6. 6 into 6 is 36, 3 and see 636. So here also 6 and here also 6. It should be the same number. So 106 into 6 is 636 and the remainder is 0. So the square root of this is 5.6. This was long division. Next one. In a triangle ABC, angle B is 90. Okay, let me draw a right angle triangle. Angle B is 90. ABC. AB is 6 centimeter, BC is 8 centimeter, and you need to find AC. Now, since it's a right angle triangle and if two sides are given, the third one can be easily calculated using Pythagoras triplet. What is a Pythagorean theorem? So, Pythagorean theorem states that the hypotenuse square, what is hypotenuse? It's the side opposite to 90 degrees. That means hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides. So, AC square is equal to 6 square 36 plus 8 square 64. So, AC square is equal to 100. AC is root 100, which is equal to 10 centimeter. Now the next one, last one. There are 500 children in a school. For a PT drill, they have to stand in such a manner that the number of rows is equal to the number of columns. How many children would be left out in this arrangement? Now, so number of rows equal to number of columns. Let us take it as x. Now x into x is equal to 500. X square is 500. You basically need to find the square root. Now here we will use the long division method. Now 500. I told you we need to make them into pairs starting from always left side. Now here is 2 into 2 is 4, remainder is 1 and get the next pair at the bottom. Now you will write the double here, 2 into 2 is 4. Now here and here you will write the same number. So 42 into 2 is nothing but 84 because 43 into 3 will be greater than 100. So we will assume 42 into 2. Now 100 minus 84 is 16. Now 16 students are left. So this is your answer. It is given how many children would be left. So 16 students would be left in that arrangement because 500 is not a perfect square. I hope these questions are clear. These were some important questions of your chapter. Now see you in the next video. I hope you like this video. Please hit like and share it with your friends. Thank you.